Great. Thank you and welcome to the Economic and Industry Development Committee, number 6 for 2022. You can see that we have all in attendance except for apologies from Deputy Mayor Councillor Jacob Madsen. I nearly said my own name then. Madsen has requested a leave of absence for today's meeting, so I will move that. Can I get a seconder for that? Thank you, Councillor Kunzelman, and put that to the vote. Those in favour? It's unanimous. Thank you. Moving on to the acknowledgement of country, and Councillor Fechner, could you please lead us?
Ipswich City Council respectfully acknowledges the traditional owners as custodians of the lands upon and which we meet today. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging as the keepers of the traditions, cultures and stories of a proud people.
Wonderful. Thank you, Councillor Fechner. Any declarations of interest in any matters on the agenda today? No. There is no business outstanding. So we'll move on to confirmation of the minutes. Item 1, so confirmation of minutes of the Economic and Industry Development Committee, number 5 for 2022. I will move that. Can I get a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Fechner. Was there any discussion? No changes. So put that to the vote. All those in favour of accepting minutes? Thank you. So we've got item 2 on the agenda now, which is our Ipswich Region Investment Update. And I am happy to move that. Can I grab a seconder, please? Thank you, Councillor Fechner. And I would really love some detail from the council officer in relation to some of these great numbers, basically, a little bit more detail. So can I ask Mr. Breeden to come up to the lectern?
Ralph Breeden, Local Business and Investment Coordinator.
Thank you, Mr. Breeden. So I know there's some big numbers floating around in this update, and just to kind of get a little bit of detail, because I do love a bit of detail, understanding the value projections and the job projections at 1.5 billion and approximately 1,500 potential jobs. So how were those numbers forecasted?
Yeah, they're based on the investment projections of those that are looking to invest in our city. So that's the likely dollar amount of the cost of the factory or investment in that particular business, and also the projected employment numbers. So no doubt we'll see, and that's just, I should point out, that is just the tip of the iceberg as well. So there's many, many more investments and employee numbers. Other than that, they're just the ones that we are currently dealing with. So Ipswich is certainly punching way above what we have done in the past in terms of bringing in new business to the city. So
no fancy formulas were applied to,
nope,
you know, have like a macro kind of estimation of auxiliary.
These are straight from the investors and the businesses straight to us.
And there's a lot of detail in this update, so I thank you very much for that. Is there anything that you wanted to highlight in particular?
Yeah, look, there's a few different game changers there. One I'd like to draw your attention to is the one I mentioned in there, the Biopark at Augustine Heights, which is an initiative of Springfield City Group, of course, but something that we've been actively supporting. That is a complete game changer for not just the city of Ipswich, but for the whole of the country. That is going to add a sovereign manufacturing capability that we haven't seen for a long time, and that's going to be here in our particular region. So we're very much looking forward to seeing that develop, and very much looking forward to seeing the opportunities that brings. A few different points there that, you know, have over 1,000 jobs on completion is just fantastic, but it's also the opportunities that it will bring for other associated businesses across Ipswich. So we're talking, you know, immunotherapies, diagnostic equipment, vaccine technology. It's a complete game changer. So these will be high-tech jobs and basically change some of the opportunities for the businesses in Ipswich to enter a different type of supply chain. And as I say, this is adding a sovereign capability which we haven't seen necessarily in Ipswich before. So we're very happy to progress this.
And do you think that our health industries are there to accept this technology, I guess, and then our educational institutions are there to deliver the people with the skills that they require?
Yes and yes. So it's very complementary. We've already got a very good size health industry, and it is growing. It is one of our largest industries in terms of numbers of people employed and also dollars invested. We've got 2 new public hospitals coming up in our particular region. We've also got major hospitals land banking across Ipswich to potentially future-proof themselves for future opportunities as well. So to have literally a major centre like this 10 kilometres down the road from here from Ipswich is just a fantastic opportunity for those that are employed in this area. So no doubt we will see some great opportunities for local universities like University of Southern Queensland and other groups move into this area to capitalise on this very opportunity. Awesome. So that's certainly one. The other things as well is that the City Switch area as well has seen some fantastic growth. They're ahead of their particular forecasts and now looking for more land to develop right now. There are a few commercial in confidence names that are going through at the moment, but in the next 6 to 12 to 18 months potentially, we'll see some major brands come out of this particular area. So they've run out of land at the moment and they're madly trying to redevelop or develop some extra land to make sure we can get ready for the next chunks of activity that happens in that region.
That's great. Thank you, Mr. Breeden. Was there any other questions of the officer? No. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just to open it up for discussion and just by start, I guess, by saying there's a lot of positive growth happening in our region, and I think that there needs to be a little bit more communication put on this or media, I guess, for the positivity that's actually happening across our region and the growth that's happening. And we're really just touching at the tip of it as a council. These things are happening organically as well. So it's exciting times. No further discussion? Yes,
if I may, Chair, if anyone's wanting to set up a business or invest or know someone, there's many ways you can do that, but obviously we have a great concierge service here and connecting people as well. So feel free to contact us at Council.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I think that one of the things that sets Ipswich apart is the fact that we have some really great people in our economic development department, and we can actually tell people to ring Ralph, basically, if they want to get any detail, whereas other councils don't. They don't have that one-on-one connection, and it's a intangible value that we have that can't be ignored. So, I think we need to highlight that a lot more. Thank you. Go, Ralph. Any further commentary? No? All right, so I'll put that item to the vote. All those in favour? Thank you, it's unanimous. Moving on now to item 3, so quarterly event sponsorship and ticket allocation report. We have 2 recommendations there, and I'd like to move them both together. Can I get a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Fickner. Anyone wanting to speak to the relevant officers? No. Opening for discussion? Nothing. So I will put those recommendations to the vote. All those in favour? Unanimous. Thank you. Final thoughts, go Queensland. And let's end the meeting at 11:45 with the following meeting to start at 11:55. Thank you.